Over the last 10 years, ladies and gents, I've built a network with purpose. It's not always about investing in property. It's about creating cash flow. It's about starting businesses. It's about feeding families. It's about living your why, living your purpose.
Standing here today feels like a full circle moment, a moment that honors not just an award I received, but a journey that reshaped my life, my leadership, and my vision of impact.
I don't think that there is a single one event which captures the imagination of an investor like an event like this.
I want to see people gain confidence and actually be able to invest in properties and really gain a meaningful impact in their lives and be able with confidence to come out and invest and get more involved in the economy and create opportunities for themselves.
We're so honored. It's such a privilege for us to continue our partnership that we have with SEPN. We are so proud to be able to see some of the achievements that we have had tonight.
Today was so impactful for me as we launched because we saw different levels of winners from the previous Investor of the Year, from beginners, from newcomers, from youth up to big leagues. For me, it's an inspiration to those that were fearful in entering Investor of the Year.
I want to encourage everybody to enter for the 2026 Investor of the Year and just see how your story can be told to the rest of South Africa.
It is phenomenal. The stories that we hear today, and it's so inspiring that this platform helps entrepreneurs to leapfrog into new opportunities.
I encourage you to really come in and invest and really enter into Investor of the Year because it can really change your life. Just go ahead, take the plunge and get in and register.
The stories of the winners has been awesome. It's inspiring, and that's exactly what SEPN is about. We are very proud to be associated with SEPN as a company, and we look forward to many, many more collaborations moving forward.
Since my journey with SEPN, I've been on a growth path. I have met a lot of people who are also willing to invest in my deals. I have had doors open for me, more opportunities, and I just love being a part of the SEPN community.
It was fantastic to listen to the amazing stories that these category winners and contestants shared with all of us. So this is a fantastic journey.
We are so looking forward to 2026 Investor of the Year. We want to see who's going to take away all the prizes and who's going to be the main champion. So please get your entries ready and submit.
Guys, what an evening here at Villa Bianca, the launch of 2026 Investor of the Year. We have partners, sponsors, previous entrants, even future entrants entering. This is such a great initiative for all South Africans in the property space. So I urge you, take that next step into Investor of the Year, build your profile, because remember, credibility meets opportunity. It's not always who you know, it's who knows you.
Awesome, ladies and gents, we are live and welcome to round number 1 for the Investor of the Year Awards. We're super excited to have you all join us. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and let us know down below where you are watching us from, whether Durban, whether Johannesburg. It is nice and chilly down here in Johannesburg. And we are all set for round 1 of the Investor of the Year, this year happening in 2026. And remember, ladies and gents, where credibility meets opportunity is the overall theme for the Investor of the Year. My name is Daniel Kazadi. I'm going to be your judge, for one of the judges for the actual Investor of the Year round 1 judging, and I'll be joined by 2 amazing members of my power team that I will be introducing a bit later on. I'm also a property developer, property investor, have been investing for a couple of years now, but my whole journey has started, ladies and gents, by attending the Investor of the Year Awards. I think 2021, where there was a winner from PE, or 2019, sorry, there was a winner from PE, Mr. Dana Bonzai, who won the overall Investor of the Year, and the story of how he managed to turn that asset around and the beautiful thing he did was what inspired me to become a property investor as well. I do see a couple of people have joined us. Jerome, there's Peter Vessels from Roodepoort. Please do like, please do share, please do comment where you are joining from as well, ladies and gents. But like I said, IOTY is one of the most most prestigious, if not the most prestigious competition in the country, all around celebrating investors, doing an impact and doing some amazing deals around the story. But in addition to that, ladies and gents, it's about the stories we hear and how many individuals' lives are changed as a result of investing in property. So it's more than just the deal, it's more than just the numbers, it's about the stories that come out. So we started in 2018. For those of you not familiar with the Investor of the Year Awards, we started in 2018 where the overall winner was Mr. Robin Booth, and then the year later, Dana Bonsai, 2019. He had an amazing student accommodation deal. And then 2021, the overall winner was Mr. Darren Francis. If you did miss our session on Beyond the Deal, we host a podcast all around, ladies and gents, the stories behind the previous winners of IOTY, and amazing individuals, amazing individual and story that he had coming from the Cape Flats. Please do check our YouTube page for the recording of that podcast. Very inspirational. And then we had our first woman winner, Mrs. Patricia Chitema, an amazing property investment deal down in Pretoria, student accommodation. And now we're going to 2026. So it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better at the Divine Sunset. Beautiful venue. It is your year. And we'd like for you to join the competition. Joining us, ladies and gents, if you do want to join the competition, we're going to have round one judging every second week. Please make sure that you are, if you have done a deal, whether you're beginner, intermediate, and I'm going to talk about the catalyst just now, you can scan the QR code showing on your screens and join the competition. Or if you know someone that needs to join, please tag them in this video, in the session, send them this link and have them join the session as well to be part of the competition. Before we begin, I'm super excited to announce a few sponsorships and some prize money, some prizes that you can win by just joining the competition. And the first prize that we will be giving away is a couple days stay worth 10,000 Rand a weekend, ladies and gents, at the Baku Bang Bush Lodge. And this prize was sponsored by none other than the SA Property Investors Network. But that's not the only prize. We are going to be having the main prize announced, but unfortunately, I cannot announce it. It's going to be big. It's going to be exciting. The main prize will be announced by none other than our CEO, Mr. Ansel Walker, who will be taking us through what the price is and giving details of that. So it's going to be big. It's going to be bigger than you've ever seen. And I'm super excited for us to go live with it. But for those of you who do not know, we are going to be doing an Investor of the Year regional road show starting in May. So on the 13th of May, we are coming down to Pretoria for in-person IOTY judging. On the 20th of May, we're going to be down in Bloemfontein. On the 10th of June, we are going to be in Durban. On the 4th of June, we're going to be in Cape Town. And then we're wrapping up the live judging in Johannesburg on the 15th of July. So please do join for round one judging, and for round two judging, we're going to go around the country as well, which is going to be exciting. And like I said, I'm going to get my team to post a few of the links down below in the comment section down below. If you have done a deal, you or anyone has done a deal, whether it's a basic deal from your first development or your first flip, your first Airbnb, whether big or small, ladies and gents, please click on the link below. I'm going to ask my team to post. You can go to our website, www.investoroftheyear.co.za. It's an opportunity for you to tell South Africa your story and be part of the journey as well. And for everyone that is joining me, we are going to be going live every single Thursday, Investor of the Year Thursday. Next week, we're going to be having more of stories. So we're going to have Beyond the Deal, and we're going to be announcing who's the investor that will be partaking in telling us their stories. If there's any investor around the country that you want to hear about, you want to know their story, please do mention it. But again, please like, comment, and subscribe. and we are going to be taking you through the journey. So we're going to start off by thanking our partners and sponsors. The big headline sponsor for this year's competition is none other than Absa Bank. So a big thank you to Absa Bank for sponsoring this year of Investor of the Year. And ladies and gents, if you do want to connect with Absa Bank, you do have a deal that you do want to go through, you want to spend time with Absa, please also reach out and we'll make that connection for you. So enough of that, ladies and gents. We're going to start with meeting your judges. So I've got a few judges that will be joining me during the session. I'm going to go about introducing them, and I'll bring them on stream and they will tell us a bit about themselves. Starting us out will be none other than an attorney, one of my power team members, has been in the industry for a long time, and I will not do any opportunity without speaking to her. But Colette, are you out there?
Hi guys, Colette here, Colette Swiggers from BSA. It's very amazing to be with you today, so thank you very much.
Awesome. Maybe tell us a bit about yourself, Colette, just for those of you that do not know who you are, where you're from.
Okay, so my name is Colette Swiggers. I'm an attorney conveyancer and notary with Bruno Samau Attorneys. One of the judges for Investor of the Year, and the reason why I'm one of the judges is because I've been in the industry and the property and finance industry for roughly 21 years. I was at Nedbank Property Finance, where I co-administered a portfolio of about 40 billion rand property portfolio with the JSE listed companies, and overall conveyancing specialist. So I look at agreements on a daily basis. I look and see whether the properties make sense. Was the due diligence run? How was the financial aspects conducted? So it's very important for me to see how, our students grow into these fantastic property investors. My heart is actually, I'm like a proud mother to see how they just blossom everywhere.
Oh, that is awesome. And the next judge, ladies and gents, is none other than Samukelo Ndlovu, who's our finance partner at the SA Property Investors Network at 360 Finance. Sam, are you out there?
I am here, and thanks for having me, Daniel. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. Do you want to tell everyone a bit about you?
100%. So welcome everybody to the judging, and I will be one of your judges for this session. And just to give you a bit of background from my side, we are partnered with At 360 Finance, and we have tailor-made solutions for the property investor when it comes to applying for residential home loans, commercial home loans, industrial, and so on. We are in a position where we understand the different entities on how to preserve your affordability, making sure that we maximize it as well, so that you do not get stuck in your property journey. We facilitate those type of transactions on a day-to-day basis, and just this past month, just within ourselves, within the network, we've closed about close to 20 million rands in deals, and overall we're very close to pushing the 100 million rand mark within the division, so that is quite nice, and we are obviously here to then assist. I will be very much looking forward to the financing and deal structuring sides of the conversation here, but 100%. Thanks, Dan.
Awesome. Thank you. And ladies and gents, if you are joining us, once more, we are going to go through the actual round number 1 judging. We've got 2 contestants that will be presenting their opportunities. But if you do need to get in touch with any of our partners from At 360 Finance, for Sam to look at your deal and help you find the financing, or Colette from a deal structuring, you can always reach out to us. But that's enough. I want to invite the first contestant that will be presenting the opportunity, Smangaliso. Smanga, I'm going to bring you up now. Okay, Smanga, you're out there.
Hi, Dan. How's it?
No, we're good. So Smanga, you do have 5 minutes. You do have 10 minutes to go through your entire presentation, and then the judges will have 5 minutes to ask you any questions. If you want us to go to the next slide, you can let us know, but you can get started. The time starts now.
Proper. Okay, so everyone, my name is Smangaliso Sambamba. I'm currently working as a property portfolio manager for Let's End, which is a sponsor of SAPIN as well. The reason why I got into property, honestly, is because I wanted to create generational wealth for my family. I currently don't have any kids right now, but I do wanna make sure that they come up, with the opportunities that I never had growing up, right? And then the level of experience that I have within property, I currently have 4 years working experience within property. I started off as a real estate agent with Leapfrog Properties, and then I moved over to Let's End, joined Sapin, and yeah, it's just been a snowball effect ever since then. Yeah, you can change on to the next slide then. Cool. So my deal is in Randburg, Ferndale. It's an Airbnb. It has 13 self-contained units. We've been looking at this kind of deal together with my partners for I think about a month before we decided to move forward with it. You can move on to the next slide. Just want to talk about the numbers. So the purchase price was 3.950. Our renovations budget was 150,000 rand, and then our deposit was 790. And then total cost for the whole entire project, including our sourcing fees and everything, was 821,000 rand. Our cash flow for the Airbnb is 17,746, and then our ROI is 24%. I think, Dan, if there's any questions that you might want to ask, I'm not sure where to go from here. Hi, Dan, can you hear me?
Awesome. Geez, that you really ran through it, hey? So I'm just going to bring the judges just to go through. First of all, congratulations, Smanga. Tell me, I think my question that I do want to know, I'll let the other judges come through. I've got a few questions, and my first one would be, how old are you? You are quite young, hey? You are quite young. I understand. How did you go about financing the opportunity? If you can walk me through that.
So age, I am very young. I'm 22. So financing wise, so since I don't have any affordability, so we used a partner of ours, who has bought affordability that stood surety for the company, and then we bought the property within the company. So we had an 80% bond, and then we put down a 20% deposit.
Okay, so you got someone that has the affordability to stand surety for you, and then how did you finance the actual bond?
So how did I finance
the actual 20% deposit?
So the 20% deposit. So I had equity. So we all chipped in, and then we got the deposit amount. So we all had some sort of equity within our own personal names, and then we just loaned the company the deposit amount.
Okay. Sam, Colette, do you have any questions?
Just first of all, congratulations. This is absolutely amazing. What I wanted to find out from you is what due diligence did you do when you conducted or when you looked at the viability of this property?
So we had to look at zoning because it was important for us since it's operating as a guest house. Does it have the consent? Is it rezoned for guest house uses? And then the due diligence would be like the high level stuff, which would be the rates and taxes, expenses and everything, electricity, and then we just went into the deal. The seller had to provide us proof of income from the guest house as he was using it, so that we can also just take into account that it is actually making money before we make our buying decision.
Okay, so the zoning, what was the zoning for this property?
It's Res 1 with consent use.
Okay, fantastic. And with regards to the structural defects, or the structure of the property, did you do a proper viewing of the structures?
Yes. So
the plumbing, all of that.
Yeah. So we did go in with a contractor, and then he looked at everything, just inspected everything in terms of the property.
Okay. Last question. What is your backup plan or your exit strategy?
Exit strategy would be using it as a long-term, so multi-let. So currently our primary strategy is short-term Airbnb.
Where's the property? Is it close to the airport?
It's in Randburg.
You didn't mention
Randburg, Ferndale.
Randburg. Okay. Is there a high demand for Airbnb in that area?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. I think that is all from my side, unless I get questions after Samukelu has asked his questions.
Okay, no, I'll shoot. Thanks a bunch, Colette. So just from my side, Smanga, I do want to understand, since you are running Airbnb, you are in the hospitality industry now. So just a question from a health and safety point of view, do you have that in place, or are you planning on getting that in place? Was it already in place, maybe? Maybe if you
So,
can just walk me through that.
cool. So luckily it was already in place, the health and safety, but also we did get our guys out there as well to get everything, make sure it is above the line exactly.
Okay. And then, in terms from a due diligence perspective as well, have you factored it into your numbers, provided that Airbnb doesn't work? And then you mentioned multi-lets, long terms, and so on as an alternative strategy. Obviously, that would require rezoning and so on. Is that something you factored in your numbers now, or is that something that would be done later down the line?
Cool. So we are currently in the rezoning process. So it has been factored in with the numbers as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no, thanks.
From
I
my
think
side.
on my side, one final question or comment. I think congratulations. I think it's a good strategy, especially for young people to get involved with their first investment, doing joint ventures. But in saying that, you just need to, I think, last parting advice, you just need to make sure you understand who you're going into business with. Huh? And when setting it up, and you and your attorneys go through the MOI, someone like a Colette is probably best placed. Just go through worst case scenarios as well. What happens in case of death of shareholders, how that is treated. Because I've been in situations where everything is working out well until there's a shareholder that does pass. You guys were aligned, and then you meet the family. There's totally misalignment on that, and then you having to dispose assets. So make sure if you're owning these properties in your personal name, you think of an exit, and an exit could be getting life insurance on all the shareholders. In terms of passing, then there's a buyback of shares via that life insurance, and it safeguards a lot. So I think that's my last piece of advice. I'm not sure other judges, do you have a piece of advice for Smanga?
Just from my side, congratulations. Especially you being so young and jumping into it. It takes a lot, and what you've presented is very, very impressive. So all I can say is good luck.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So that is Smanga, ladies and gents. Please join me next week, Thursday, where we're going to be sharing who has made it. If Smanga has made it, you also, as the audience, get an opportunity to vote for Smanga. If you want to see Smanga go to the next round, ladies and gents. So please do join me next week. I'm going to be sharing who from this round has made it as well. So I'm going to, as audience, you can also ask the contestants some questions. So please use the chat box, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook. We are going to be posing some of your questions as well. So the next person to be presenting their deal is Mr. Teko. So I'm going to bring up Teko, and it's the same process. So Teko, you're going to be having 10 minutes to go through your presentation, and then I'm going to bring up the judges for 5 minutes to ask as many questions as possible. So, sir, I can't see you. Do you want to unmute your mic, and then we can start? So if you want to go to the next page, you can just let me know.
Am I audible?
You are audible, yes.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiko Morida. That is my first name. My last name is Morida. So, the presentation goes as follows. We currently have got a property that we have put into a strategy as an value-add student accommodation, which is based in Vanderbilt, Bedworth Park. That is accommodating the VUT students. How we sourced this deal? We sourced this deal via Property 24 after financial analysis. You can move to the next slide. As far as we were analyzing the finances, we have realized that this property will have a very good margin. So I will go further and tell you about myself and what I do. I am a strategic property investor focused on identifying undervalued assets with strong value add potential. The current assets that we are referring to is the assets that is value under managed of 4,200,000. So the cash on cash return for this property it's around 180 to 84%. We have used the value add and high yield rentals. So since the student accommodation it's in demand and there are more demand of student accommodation beds in Val, that is why it's high yield rentals. Why this property or why property? My focus on high yield rental strategies that combined appreciation and strong cash flow. So I've looked at the deal as well. I realized that it's one deal that will also help me to then retire at an early age so that I can also leverage on time as well and have more time with the family too. Yeah, so this deal is the one deal that I've realized that it's delivers a very good yield, which is around 28.5% annually, and cash on cash return of 184%. So, what is my level of experience? I'm an emerging investor who's focusing on disciplined leverage growth with measurable performance outcome. Why am I saying measurable performance outcome? When I run the numbers, I've realized that the property will perform well due to higher demand of accommodation around Bedworth Park. You can move to another stage, to another slide, sorry. Yeah, this is before and after, during when we were renovating the property. So we have applied BRR value add strategy that turned 570K into a capital of around 4.2 million. With the assets that is generating around 87,500 monthly as a net. So we can now move to the other stage, please. So our purchase price was 3.1 million. Deposit or funding structure was around 440. Renovation cost us around 130. It was more special of painting and repairing quite a few things. Total cost goes to 3,680,000. Valuation price of the house that has rooms that are more than 20, they go for around 4.2 to 4.5. Our cash flow, which is our net profit, it comes to around 87,500, which has a return of investment at 28%. We can move to another slide. Thank you so much. That is the interior passage of the particular student accommodation. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations, my brother. Hey, you finished with enough time to spare. So I'm just going to bring up the judges just to go through certain questions. But congratulations on that deal, hey?
Thank you,
I'm not
sir.
sure who wants to start. Sam, Colette, who's going to go first?
You can go ahead.
All right, thanks a bunch. Great deal, Mr. Tiko. It does look very good. But I just have a question around the financing side of it. I think
Okay.
you did mention that you implemented the BRR strategy. So obviously you bought, assume you registered the bond at a higher amount, which quite impressed with that. So that was quite nice. And then tell me, with the renovations cost, did you use, or was that from that refinanced, or did you refinance it once you were done with the renovations and so on?
Can you repeat again? You were speaking a bit soft, so I had to increase the volume. Sorry about that. Can you repeat again?
So from when you bought the asset, you said you implemented the BRR strategy. So from that, you registered it at a higher amount, which I am quite impressed with that. So congratulations on that. But the refinance portion of it, did you then use your own personal funds for the renovations, or did you use that refinanced amount that you pulled out from the asset? Or are
No,
you planning on refinancing at a later stage once it's been done up?
no, I had my savings ready. So for the most of the work that were done to the property, we own our facility management company that helps us to repair with our own clients. So how I've done this, most of the paint I did not buy. We had those ones in the storage, the leftovers that helps us to repair the building. So those helped us to save a whole lot of amount. Even the tiles that we used it when we were renovating for the other clients. So I would pick pieces and store them in my storage. So knowing that in future I will be able to use them. But how it looks now, it really looks good because they weigh enough and we were able to make something out of it. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, that makes sense. You did use your own funds for that. That's perfect. And then from a ownership point of view, how did you purchase the asset? Was it through a company? Was it through the trust? Or was it in your personal name? How did you structure that?
We purchased the property through the company.
Mhm.
So via Absa, we were approved 90%, and then the other, then we had to pay the deposit.
And the company, just one last question, was it specifically for the purchase of this asset, or did you mix it in with your facilities business, your facilities management business?
I mixed it with my facility business because at that time they were looking for financials that are credible to can be able to obtain or to be able to show the capacity.
Okay. No, thank you so much for answering the questions.
Thank you.
Just a follow-up question with regards to the structures of your property, of the company. Who's the shareholders of this property?
I'm 100% owner. So
Okay.
there's no one that is owning or co-owning with me.
In your personal name, you as the director or shareholder.
Yes, I'm the director alone.
Okay.
Yes.
Question: how many rooms, how many beds do you have in that property? I'm curious.
We have got about 26 rooms and 30 beds. So there are quite a few rooms that are like amount to three or four that are sharing.
And then with regards to, because obviously NEFSAS has there's very strict rules regarding, how many students is allowed in one kitchen. How did you manage that to keep up with the expectations of a student accommodation, and getting the maximum amount of beds out and get paid very well?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
So with regards to NEFSAS, obviously there's regulations that's put in place. For instance, you're not allowed to have, or you must have a certain amount of students must use a kitchen. So how have you been, looking at the requirements for the students that's in building? Did you had to make extra bathrooms, extra kitchens? How are you accommodating 30 students?
Okay. Fortunate enough, the house had enough space wherein the kitchens were there, of which were communal kitchen. Though looks like the previous owner were intending for student accommodation. At that particular time when we buy it, it wasn't for student accommodation. But the plan in place and the partition for partitioning the other rooms were already made to be for student. So we had a kitchen, which is a bigger kitchen, a communal kitchen, around 2 kitchens. So during our renovations, we were able to follow the guidelines so that we can stick strictly to the regulations of NEFSAS. And we are approved and accredited with NEFSAS. Yeah.
Okay. Run me through your due diligence
Yeah.
before you committed.
Oh, okay.
So explain to me how did diligence? What did you
One
do?
thing that attracted me to this property, except being a high yield asset, is that I've looked into the fact that it's very difficult to get the properties that are already rezoned in Bedworth Park because everyone is looking to do a student accommodation there. But this property is sitting at final stage of rezoning. So, of which we could get the feedback anytime to say that it's approved or there are any comments that needs to be amended. So, secondly, there are plans in place or drawing or design in place for this accommodation. Those are the things that attracted me. So, almost partially, the dirty works the two works are done. So I will only focus on getting the approvals there and there. And secondly, we have checked whether the old municipality, the electrical bypass, those are the things that we have went through. Yeah, so we have managed to come through with a good positive feedback.
Okay. And one last question on my side. When you did your due diligence, the building plans, was the building plans updated? Because obviously the previous owner intended for this to be a student accommodation. Did you had to
Yes.
update the plans, or was the plans already been approved?
The plan, the current plan, the existing plan, it was not submitted to the municipality. So we had to update an as built. We submitted it.
So it's not approved yet.
No, it's still under
Okay.
approval.
Okay, 100%. But the fact that you're doing this so far, it's
No, congratulations. I think from my side, 2 questions. I think I had a question on your renovations. 130 was really low, but like you said, you're already in the building or construction space with your facilities management, and you manage buildings, so you could use that. So 2 risks that I see with investing in student housing. The return profiles are always amazing. So my 2 questions or my 2 concerns is the fact that you bought the asset into your facilities management company. Hey?
Yeah.
No matter what the banks say, you obviously from an asset protection point of view, you want to protect your assets because you never know. Let's say something, God forbid, something happens in your facilities management company, then that asset is not really protected, and vice versa. Hey? If something happens to the property, then your facilities management company is at risk. So that's my big concern, hey? And I'd highly recommend that you do speak to one of our partners at BSA Law and Intergen. Maybe a consultation would do you justice on how do you separate, because you can still separate and the banks will agree to it. We just have to structure it right. And so that's my one piece of advice. My second concern is with regards to student accommodation. NAFSIS does pay. I think we're in agreement with that. but the timing of the payments are quite intense. Hey, we've got some investors that are carrying students for 5 months. They're not receiving an income for 5 months. And then they get a lump sum, but in that 5 months, you pay the bond, the water, electricity, you pay everything. So I want to know what measures you put in place to carry you through those times when NAFSAs have not paid. Do you have a safety net? Yeah, just talk me through that.
With that, I've got the cash flow that helps me to pay the current bond so that I can be able to sustain and be able to take the students and up until year end while waiting for NEFSAS to pay. So earlier on, you raised the concern of separating this property from the facility management company. So I've already engaged with Lisa. Then they advised that we should do the registration of trust. The trust had been just registered, I think, last week. So of which I'm yet to move it to the trust account.
Okay, no, that's awesome. At least you are thinking of it. But Mr. Tseko, I think that is all for my side and the judges. Ladies and gents, once more, I've looked in the comment section and I've seen no other questions on our YouTube page as well as our Facebook page. Please do join me next week, Thursday, to find out who of the two have made it. So whether Tseko made it to the next round, whether Smanga made it to the next round, if you do want them to make it, you can also judge us as part of the attendees, ladies and gents. So first of all, I'd like to thank my beautiful and awesome judges, Colette and Smanga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. We highly appreciate you guys and your inputs and your professionalism, as well as the value you guys provided. So if you do want to connect with Colette and the BSA team, one of the team members, please do email us. If you do want to connect with Sam from an origination side of things and you want him to assist you with financing, please do connect with us as well. And ladies and gents, if you are watching this and you do want to be part of the Investor of the Year competition, you do want to enter for the actual competition, there is the QR code that you can scan on your screens, or you can go to www.investoroftheyear.co.za. It is cool, and you do get advice from seasoned judges as well. So in terms of prizes, what you stand a chance to win if you do enter the competition, the first prize, and this is the first prize we are going live with, was sponsored by the SA Property Investors Network, which is a weekend away at Baku Bank Bush Lodge, worth 10,000 rand. So it is nice, it is luxurious, and you get to spend it as well, which is quite cool. And the second one is the main prize for the evening, but unfortunately I cannot announce. It's going to be big, it's going to be huge, and it will blow your mind. So please do stick around, check our YouTube page, check our Facebook page. Our CEO at the Investor of the Year Awards, Mr. Ansel Walker, will be going live to announce what that prize will be. And join me next week, ladies and gents, to find out who will be making it to the next round. But that's not all. We are going to be doing in-person judging, and we're having a regional IOTY roadshow. So on the 13th of May, we are coming down to Pretoria. On the 20th of May, we are going to be in Bloemfontein. On the 10th of June, we're coming down to Durban. On the 24th of June in Cape Town. And then we are rounding it up in Johannesburg on the 15th of July as well. So ladies and gents, please do give us a follow on our Facebook page. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you are joining the competition, because this is the first year where we are taking you as attendees through the entire process on round 1 judging, round 2 judging, so that you can get to know all your entrants. You can vote on which entrance you want to go to the next level, and we take you through the journey. We're highlighting some of the stories that stand out for us. And if you are joining us and you are watching and you would like to partner up and be an official partner for the Investor of the Year Awards for 2026, we are still taking up partnerships. We are still going to be interviewing a few people. There's going to be an email on your screen. So Alani at sapropertyinvestorsnetwork.com, and all partners will get a chance to be showcased along big names in the property industry like Absa Bank Home Loans, Tal Africa, Business Partners, and many, many more. Please do reach out to Alani. Let us understand what you're looking for and how you can be involved in Investor of the Year. But closing up, my name is Daniel Kazadi. Join me next week for more IOTY content where we are going to be interviewing an investor, going beyond the deal, understanding what inspires property investors to do what they're doing. I will be live from 1 till 2 next week as well. But from me to all of you, thank you so much for attending, and we will